The following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy. Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy.
It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world.
I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, rockers and cockers? Welcome in to another edition of The Wild Side with Eric Clark. I am your host, Eric Clark, saying thank you for taking time out of your busy day being awesome to hang out with us on the east side of Music City, USA. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit the like button, and smash the notification button. And that way you are getting all your little bells and dings when I upload new videos. If you have a suggestion for a video, get over to the Discord server. That, along with all of our social media, is linked down below in the description. Today's Discord suggestion is coming from our lovely moderator, Tria, and we are back with JELUSICK. Dino and the boys are giving us their latest track, Apolitical Ecstasy, on the Wild Side. It's JELUSICK. Let's check it out. There you go. That is JELUSICK, Apolitical Ecstasy, as suggested on Discord by Tria. I have a lot to say about that. With the announcement of David Coverdale saying he was retiring from music, it opens this void for heavy soul. That's how I always describe David Coverdale. It's heavy soul. It's like soul metal, if that makes any. I hope that makes any sense. And I've said, considering he's worked with Whitesnake before, that Dino JELUSICK, his vocals are the epitome of modern rock. I've worked probably in the past 8-9 months. I've probably worked 200 rock shows. I'm not going to mention any names, but they would have blown them off the stage. You couldn't have him. I could see the conundrum one would face when putting them on stage before anyone else. It would be unfair. It really would. I've been saying it since I first heard JELUSICK, since I first heard Dino. I think it was him doing a Starship cover of, was it Jane or Find Your Way Back or something like that? I think it was Jane, excuse me. I've said that what the landscape of modern rock has been missing for quite some time is soul. There's been this absence of soul. You've had a lot of angst, you've had a lot of screamo, you've had a lot of whatever. But let's be honest, Chris Cornell and Maynard James Keenan, these are singers that had soul. And you felt their emotion, you felt their anger, you felt their love, you felt their joy. And Dino brings that back in such a massive way. And he's such a great performer and such a great vocalist. He knows how to occupy his space. And he knows how to blend himself into the track. So even though at any moment this dude could go on like a diva-esque run with his vocals, he doesn't do it, man. He stays in the pocket. And what that creates is this overall groove that the song, the track, the band fall into. And it's always this great taste, this new rock smell, this, yeah, dude, that's what's been missing. That dude right there. That is and I want to make sure I've got this right. And I mentioned his name earlier. I mentioned Maynard James Keenan, but the opening... That's Jambi from Tool. Like as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh yeah. I like that crunchy, that, the way Ivan Keller, and I'm going to go off on Mr. Keller here for a second because he deserves that respect to be called Mr. Keller. The tones he creates throughout this track, not just this opening. So even though it's not the Tool track, there's a familiarity there that allows you to say, okay, lay it on me. You're not, I don't know this song. I don't know. It's frightening. Shoes with buckles and, anything like that. You're able to be like, yeah, dude, hit me in the face with it. Hit me with your rhythm stick. If you know who did that track, it's just a little fun to hit for you. If you know, don't Google it. But if you know who did the track, hit me with your rhythm stick. Go ahead and put it down in the comments. But yeah, you're like, yeah, man. We have this expression when I was a music director, we would be submitted hundreds of songs a week, hundreds of songs, right? So you would have to sit down and listen to these. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest. You don't listen to all of it. You never do. Like the first couple, you're like, yeah, I'll listen to it. Then after a while, you're like, bro, let's go. So there's this expression, don't bore us, get to the chorus. Right? I don't need some 2-minute, fade in. Right? No. Let's go. This is radio. Let's do it. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Ian Keller, his guitar playing in this track made me think of one person. If you don't know who this person is, this is not in any way, shape, or form an insult. Quite the opposite. His guitar playing, especially that solo, especially the solo, he reminded me of Eric Johnson. from the album like Avia Musicam, I think was the album. Cliffs of Dover was the track I remember. And there were a couple of others. That level of clean, crisp, it's just clean, dude. It was so clean. That's what it made me think of. It made me think of, oh wow, dude, this is on that level of cleanliness of tone. I should make a video about it. One of the most important people in rock and roll passed away a couple of weeks ago, Steve Cropper, and I've always talked about his tone, his ability to be both the lead and the rhythm guitar and play this menthol tone through the track and only come in when needed. And when he does come in, he comes in properly and it stands out. That's what I'm talking about here. The ability to, okay, it's your turn. This double dutch of wonderful music and songwriting and lyrics all blending together, and Ivan's ability, Mr. Keller's ability to weave himself into that with the right tones at the right time, from that crunchy intro to the rhythmic heartbeat to that perfectly clean, clinical solo that still maintains its soul. I'm going to keep going back to that because it's so important how much soul this song has. And speaking of the lyrics and the song overall itself, again, JELUSICK, Apolitical Ecstasy, there's a mature angst, and I don't think Gen Xers kind of recognize it. I think others recognize it in us. I don't think we recognize it in ourselves. The angst we have in our 40s and 50s is rooted in different motivation than the angst that we had in our teens and 20s. But the angst is still there. It's just motivated by different things, and it's filtered through different prisms. This song has a maturity to it. There's a maturity to it, even though there are parts of it that are youthful in its exuberance and the way that the song is put out with the angst. There's a maturity to the angst that feels very adult, but not adult like, stuffed shirt, drop down pipe, patches on the sleeves kind of adult. I mean the I've lived a life adult. I've been through some stuff, man. That kind of angst, not just, a girl broke my heart. There are other things deeper, more cutting to it. And one of the things that I respect about JELUSICK, Dino, and the band is that from the beginning, following them along, and one of the reasons that I've promoted them and, gotten on the music industry for their, is what killed the bands of the 80s? What killed the hair bands? What killed that vibe? Their refusal to grow away from that angst. There are bands, I'm not going to name names, but we know who they are. There are bands that in the 90s and 2000s were like, hey, why isn't anybody buying our records? Well, because you're in your 40s and you're still writing songs about being in your 20s. And your audience doesn't grow with you. You're just cycling through. You're not building any legacy. You're not learning anything. You're not growing. And one of the things I have mad respect for JELUSICK with, excuse me, is their growth. Sorry, I've been yelling at concerts, so my voice has been a little wrecked. Is their ability to show and perform and write their growth. And it's just, like I said, one of the many reasons I have mad respect for these guys. JELUSICK, Apolitical Ecstasy, suggested by Tria. That should be, again, instant ad. It's the perfect good mainstream. I talk about those two mainstreams a lot in live streams about there's good mainstream and there's bad mainstream. Bad mainstream is the pejorative. That's the, oh, he's so mainstream. But then there's the, hey, this will appeal to a mass audience. That's the good mainstream, right? Like good formulaic. There's good formulaic and there's bad formulaic. There's cookie cutter and then there's handcrafted cookies, right? So there's a difference. There's a different type of different recipe, same recipe, different process. So this is a good formula of hard soul, heavy soul, which is what we're used to, what we're accustomed to, what we love about that music is the soul that we find within the music. And Dino and his band are so good at taking something unique to themselves and being able to filter it through their prism into a world of universality. So mad respect to those guys for their tone. Ivan Keller for just capturing these really great, wonderful sounds and familiarities that also are wrapped in this new song, Smell. So just, that is A1 prime Wagyu rock right there, my man. So thank you very much, Tria, for that suggestion. If you like Tria, have a suggestion for a band song or a video for my channel, get over to the Discord server. It's linked down below in the description along with all of our social media. Again, make sure you're getting down in that comment section. Let me know your thoughts on JELUSICK, and if not anything, before you dip out of here today, throw me some horns and help me with that YouTube engagement algorithm. Again, thank you for taking time out of your busy day, hanging out with us on the east side of Music City. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark. You are the best darn subscribers in the world, and this is the Wild Side.